I was 100% ready. Do not even question. I'm always ready, guys. I'm always 100% ready. Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm here. I am now. I am live, and I'm the legend that you all know and love. With me is from top to bottom. We got Kel'Thuzar.
Hola.
We got Trash Goblin, aka Six.
Hi.
And we got Nobuyuki Volop. I stuffed up that name, I'm positive.
Hoi hoi.
But today, these guys will not be known as by those names. Today, they will be known by their D&D character names because today is the first episode of Tales of Light, which is a D&D campaign that a lot of you might remember that I've done this once before, but I didn't get to complete it, so I got new people together to do it again. I'm sure this is gonna go great. I'm not stressed at all. Yeah. I got 3 players with me. They are incredibly awesome, and they have been incredibly nice and understanding with how chaotic it has been to set up this. Yeah. As I fill up this tankard with definitely wine. I'm not allowed to show the brand. It's 100% wine. Don't worry. It's wine.
We're not allowed to show the brand. Is this like a product placement of Pepsi?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know, but other streamers they're not allowed to show the brand of anything that they're using. So I just assume that that's what I'm doing.
You should slapped on a hastily made label so it's named something else.
It's a fudging sticker with my VTuber's face on it and a thumbs up.
Exactly. Called Dream Energy Juice.
The Dream Energy Juice. There we go. We are fully ready, everybody. It's wine. Don't worry about it. It's wine. It's wine.
Whatever you say.
It's wine. Trust me. It's red. Also, just before we get started, thank you very much, Zinth, for raiding. I greatly appreciate it. Anybody from Zinth's side that doesn't know who I am, hello, my name's DreamerCat, but my friends call me Game. I do whatever the fudge I want to do. I stream whatever the fudge I want to stream. But, yeah. I'm the legend VTuber who's doing a redebut at some point. Yeah, it's amazing to have you, Can I have my brain reset, please? Can I have my brain reset, please? It's been a morning, all right? I'm happy to have the grace of you in our presence. I'm glad to have you here. Synth, if you need to raid and dash, I 100% understand. Streaming is a lot of fun, but it does take a lot out of you. So please do go and get some food, go get some water, take a rest, go and take care of yourself. And thank you very much for sharing your community with me. Now, as I take a sip of this, it's time to get started. You guys ready?
Yes. Also, I just want to say, technically, Zinth, some wine is carbonated. There's quite like champagne and also Lambrusco. Both of our favorite wines.
We learned something today. All right. Everyone's character sheets. Everybody's good. Ready to get started?
Yes, I just said one. Lambrusco is a red wine. Lambrusco is a bubbly red wine.
Also for everybody in chat, just gonna let you know, if I don't interact with chat that much, that's because I'm getting into the zone of being the DM. All other things that I need to do leave once I'm in the DM seat. I very much, everything's blocked out. No food or anything. It's all blocked out in the DM seat. All right. Let's get started. All right. The land of Iados, a land untapped and unrefined by the meddling of mortals, where new ground, temples, underground caverns, anything can be found. Still very much New World territory. From the highest mountains to the lowest creeks and caverns in the Darkners side of Iados, there very much is much to be seen, by certain adventurers who are willing to adventure that far. But the reason why so much is untapped, unknown by the rest of the world, is from a never-ending war plagued by the two main factions, the both sides of Iados. The Lightners, who fight for the truth and light of the world, and safety of elves, dwarves, halflings, lycanthropes of all kinds, and the Darkness, hell-bent on destroying every single section of light, and plunging Iados into everlasting terror, nightmare, and destruction. 3 members, or should I say 6, are the pinnacle, what's the word? They represent the light. Sorry, I'm failing miserably because my brain's already dying. They represent the light in all of its glory, and these are known as the Guild of Champions, chosen every generation to lead the light on its path to protection and peace. Today is that day of the choosing of the next champion. As the previous day, word has been given to the capital that the latest Guild of Champions have gone missing, and no one knows where they are. With no champion to watch over the Lightners, someone has to fill that seat. And today, our story begins at the capital, where the event of the choosing of the next champion begins. Lots of cheering, happy screams, and balloons, streamers. Events go off. Vendors are currently alongside selling trinkets, bits and bobs, easily sellable stuff. Food is being sold at the plenty, and races of all kinds are littering the streets in order to partake in the event. All excited for the next choosing, yet secretly hoping that it isn't them. Down those streets, a very busy and bumping from shoulder to shoulder, we have in a white ornate uniform, definitely taller above the humans, elves, and dwarves that are going across the street, we have Sahara. Six, mind telling me your character, mind telling us what your character looks like and what they're doing?
Yeah, I can. So Sahara is a jackal, but his official race is called a Kenra. He is very much white with blue eyes, has a little bit of like metallic blue in his fur. He's like 6'4", and he's just kind of wandering around the city, making sure he doesn't run into anybody because he knows he's big and he could potentially just step on someone on accident.
As you're walking through the ever busy and incredibly livelier city than your home of Kelu, the lycanthrope city, how do you feel walking through this city with a very small amount of fellow lycanthropes walking around? Very heavily, the capital is of human elves and dwarves. How does this feel?
He's slightly used to it due to the fact his mom runs a shop in the city, but he feels very much out of place and very uncomfortable for the most part.
Following close behind, a bodyguard to Sahara's excursion outside of the walls of the lycanthrope city, we have Yuda. Mind telling us what you look like and what you're doing?
So what you see is basically a giant Komodo dragon who's just kind of in like robes himself, but a little more militarized. He's got the same symbol. He's got purple scales and like a broad frame, but very slim. Like there's not much muscle and fat on him actually, despite his large frame. He looks very slippery. And he's just kind of like flicking his tongue around, smelling the air as he looks around.
As you're like, can you give me a perception check?
Yeah. Okay, let me grab my dice. Just gotta do the math. 17.
17.
Mhm.
As you flick your tongue and you very much using every part of your more animalistic talents of smell, taste, and everything from eyesight and all, you're able to see that while there are plenty of more shadowy figures that are very much taking advantage of the situation, a massive bustling city, way too many people all cluttered together, bumping shoulders, and very much easy for pickpocketing and looting the goods of other people. None of them seem to be targeting you, sorry, or Sahara. So, as far as you are aware, you guys are relatively safe. It doesn't seem as though people are taking much notice to you, and those who do, they don't say anything that is that you haven't heard before of like disapproving of the lycanthrope race and yada yada yada. You've heard it all before, but they don't seem a danger to you or Sahara as you make your way through the bustling streets. And as you look upon this situation, bumping shoulders, very lively city, some people getting pickpocketed, but the capital city, the main city that represents the light, how do you feel walking through these streets?
I feel a little intimidated, but also in awe. Like this is something that I've been waiting to see since I've only ever left the city for military jobs. So now to be like here for something bigger feels really grand. But a part of me is all like, damn, anything could happen here.
In that moment of awe, you accidentally like knock into somebody, which isn't that difficult. Again, very claustrophobic and very, very much everybody's knocking into each other. But you notice that that person is a familiar face. Nobu, do you mind introducing your character, what he looks like, and what is he doing during this massive event?
Okay, so well, he's probably volunteering to help out with people as per his own, like, I guess religious tenets. So he's, he maybe he's helping someone like move a box or something as he like feels like a bump from behind. He's wearing like kind of like black priestly, like a black priestly outfit with like a white shawl over top, and he has like a pink cotton scarf that he's wearing, almost like a priest's stole. Um, he turns to, I guess, see the person who bumped into him. And so like you get a glimpse of his like bright pink hair and blue eyes, and he kind of like apologizes. I beg your pardon.
That is the moment where you also, Aaron, notice Yuta and realize that you know who he is as well. You both see each other.
Oh, hey. I didn't expect to find you here.
Oh, Yuda. It's been quite some time. How have you been?
Oh, still working military jobs, but now I'm just here on some guarding. Points over to the big old jackal next to me.
Ah, I see.
What brings you to the town?
Well, there's much to be done in terms of clergy work at festivals like these. I'm
And I
helping out any way I
suppose-
can.
I suppose, yeah, with the new guardian, I mean, with the new champion needing to be chosen, need all the priests here to make sure that the right choices are made, I guess.
Indeed, it's been quite a hectic day.
Continue.
I'd say, well, I should probably get my charge going. I hope I can run into you again, though, while we're here.
During that moment, and Aaron, you noticing that the person that's helping you lift all of these crates off the wagon that's near you guys, noticing he's getting a bit annoyed, you were about to go back to help him, but then all of you hear, "Adventurers! Citizens! Gather round, at the Fountain of the Chosen." This is the main force speaker that is going to basically, when the choosing of the next champion happens, he is going to announce how this is going to work, just to remind anybody or anybody new who does not understand what happens here. He's going to basically explain how the choosing happens. And you just see a bunch of citizens all gathering towards the center fountain. Aaron, the people that were helping you, they also start moving towards the fountain. So it seems as though this is like, okay, they're explaining how everything has to go. We need to take a small break to listen to this, and then we get back to work. What do you all do? You can very much choose. You can very much choose not to listen, or you could approach and listen in.
Well, this seems rather important. I do believe we should go and partake of whatever it is everyone's so interested in.
Yeah, I think I would approach curious to see where this is going.
All right. What is Sahara doing?
Oh, under his hood, his like ears flick because like it's loud. Plus his hearing is a lot better than most. So he's just kind of like adjusting to like the sudden volume change.
Yeah,
But
he's
just gonna follow.
the force speaker is currently casting thaumaturgy, so his voice is a lot more booming and a lot more loud than the average voice, which is impacting your hearing. But apart from a mild uncomfortableness, it doesn't really do much.
He's gonna, of course, head to the center because he's gonna go see what's happening now since the others went missing. Who's gonna be picked?
As you all go towards the fountain to listen to the force speaker, from what you see, as there is a crowd that is, apart from the ones of you who are exceptionally taller, who are able to see more, there is a crowd that is kind of obscuring the view of the fountain, apart from the force speaker who's currently on a pedestal. The fountain itself is very well crafted, very much white rimmed, complimentary of the white pebbled paving around it. Water coming out everywhere, as does a fountain decoration. However, the thing to notice is a yellowy blue crystal above the top of the fountain, where most of the water is coming out of. The full speaker, standing on the pedestal, says, "Adventurers, citizens, nobles, those of the lower class. Today, we gather, for the choosing of our next guild of champions, who will lead us to peace, hope, prosperity, and our future as the Lightners of Iados. Out there now, the forces of dark prepare their dark lord, and prepare to lay siege to our very way of life, crumble our walls, destroy our way of lives, and threaten our families. However, today, our goddess, Azura, goddess of creation, will choose somebody, someone pure of heart, someone with power, someone who will be able to keep us safe. In a few short hours, they will be chosen, and this crystal shall be lit ablaze. And once it has, our champion shall be made known. We shall know who will lead us to peace. But all of the citizens start immediately applauding, clapping ablaze. But Sahara, before you are either able to join in or choosing not to, you hear whispering.
Okay.
Follow this way. I don't know if my mic picked that up on Discord.
No, it did.
All right, cool.
It was right in my ear.
Sorry.
It did. Okay.
I'll whisper
No,
silenter.
it's perfect. It's perfect. No, it was perfect. I was like, "Oh shit, that's how he would feel."
Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's gonna look around and see like where it could possibly be coming from if he's able to.
You are used to hearing this voice. This voice has always been with you, whether you want it to or not. It has always been there. But as you look around for that voice, for the first time ever, it's not just a voice that you hear, but you see something. You see a figure of glowing purple origin, who seems almost translucent. They move as if they're almost floating off the ground. But after looking at you, not meeting eye contact, a purple cowl above their head, they turn away and they walk towards behind the Capitol.
He's gonna look around, see if anyone's watching him, especially Utah. And okay.
You can 100% see Yuta. Yuta is, he's not that far away from you. He's kind of just been giving you your personal space, but has been watching over you just in case of anything, while also paying attention to the announcer currently talking on the pedestal. Not that far away from Yuta, Aaron is also there. But can you please roll me investigation?
Okay. 17.
17? Very nice, very nice. After looking at your companions and then looking back towards the person in purple, you notice that no one seems to be paying him any mind. Almost as if everybody's walking around him, not even noticing that he's there, but people seem to just naturally walk around him while paying no attention.
Okay. He's gonna follow where he sees the figure.
Alrighty. Kel, you have been keeping your eye on Sahara, so you just see Sahara walk off towards behind the Capitol. By the way, just so that everybody knows, the Capitol is what the name of the city is, but the Capitol's name comes from the massive towering castle that as you look up, it turns into a tree. So it's very much a castle that is structured into a tree. So the roots climb off into the stem that lead to the bushy part up the top. That is the Capitol. So that's what the kingdom is named after. So that's when I say going behind the Capitol, going behind the main castle.
Got it. I'm probably gonna follow behind, keeping an eye. But I'm gonna probably actually stay out of sight.
Fair enough. Following Sahara down, as you guys lead off, Aaron, whether you see them move off or whether or not, you hear a familiar voice. Brother, come play with me! Off to your left.
Oh, okay, that's fun. Aaron's just gonna kind of like full on like trauma freeze up. as he hears that.
As you trauma freeze up, it's not just the voice you're hearing. You smell something. Smells like smoke.
Okay. I mean, I'll start like looking around, like kind of panicked to see like what that smell, like where that smell is coming from, like what just happened.
As you look around, your vision fades away from the known. It fades away from the capital that you are currently residing in, and instead it fades towards Terestula, the city of the shopping district, your home. But it's on a snowy day. No one's around. And as where you were leaves, familiarity takes over. And you know your home's ahead of you.
Um. Okay.
What do you choose to do?
So, I mean, this might be a bit panicky, but you know what? This. I think this is valid in the moment. He's gonna like kind of clutch at his amulet against his chest.
Hmm.
As he starts muttering prayers to his goddess Hestia.
As you, continue.
Oh yeah, sorry. And like in that like prayer, he's gonna attempt to cast Divine Sense,
All right.
which is like one of his class abilities.
As you hold on to your symbol of the god that you are following, as you hold on to it, you immediately, the panic starts to leave and calm becomes back. As you cast Divine Sense, what's happening to you, you are aware that this is an illusion. This is 100% an illusion. You are still at the capital. But the voice that you are hearing, where you are and what you're seeing, all of it comes from a divine origin. This is celestial magic.
Okay.
If you want, you can roll an investigation to see what's going on.
Sure. I will roll for that. I roll a 16.
16, not bad. You're able to tell that whatever's happening to you, all of it seems to be revolving around the non-physical type. You're hearing sounds, you're seeing stuff, but you very much feel back at the capital. You can very much notice that you aren't feeling the snow that's falling on you. It seems as though whatever this is, they're beckoning you forward. Someone wants you to go in that direction. Someone's leading you somewhere.
Okay. Well, calmed by the idea that it's celestial magic and not something, I guess, darker, Aaron begins to, like, I guess, follow towards it.
Fair enough. As you continue to follow down that path, after a while, it leads to your familiar house that you know all too well, burning on fire, but no one can be seen. Which is another tell that to you that this is all an illusion. But as you look at that, the vision starts to fade, and you find yourself standing right in front of an old, incredibly old temple opening that, as you look in, has stairways leading down. You look around and you see that you are in a small forest-like area behind the capital, as seen from the massive castle behind you. And ahead of you is Sahara and Yuta. Sahara, You have been following this figure for a while now to get to this point, and you see the exact same thing ahead of you as well. Only for your vision, the purple figure is walking down the stairs and continues to whisper, "Come, I must speak with you. All of you." Kel, Aaron, you do not see this.
Okay. Do they hear it?
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm the only one that cared. Okay. So Hera's gonna furrow his brow and kind of think like, all of us? What? And he's gonna look around to see if he sees anyone else because he thought he was by himself.
You look and you can see Yuta behind you, and shortly behind him is Aaron. Aaron, a little,
Okay.
still very much calm under the situation, but still a little shooken up from what just happened, from whatever happened to him.
Okay. He's gonna look at Aaron, and then he's gonna look at Utah, and he's gonna beckon them to follow while he goes without a second thought.
The beckoning has occurred.
Follow me, guys. We're not gonna die.
have been
We're
beckoned.
totally not
We're
gonna die.
so fine. This is exactly what this is exactly how every adventure, like, nothing bad happens when you go into a dungeon while a creepy voice calls.
1 to, oh boy, how bad is this basement looking?
So you can, I'm not gonna have you roll because it's plain in front of you. You can see how old this temple opening is, from like vine that has been covering it for almost like centuries at this point, almost as if the land itself has taken it back. You're surprised that this sort of temple isn't more well kept for being at the capital, the main head kingdom of the Forces of Light. And yet it seems as though whatever this temple is, no one comes here, or at least no one finds this temple without help. You can tell though, from your from being a paladin and knowing sort of the more celestial and holy places of the land of Iados, this is very much a temple of celestial origin.
Okay.
You don't know who or what the temple was made for.
I think we follow suit. I'll probably be like keeping an eye open and like maybe resting a hand on the pommel of my sword.
Fair enough.
But otherwise, like, I think it's safe enough to follow.
And Yuda?
Yeah, I'm gonna like follow kind of cautiously.
Fair enough. Going into the temple, just following after Sahara, still like following the purple figure, who, as he continues to go down the stairs, he starts getting more and more translucent until you're like near the end of the steps, where he completely disappears, and you're no longer following him. You've just reached the bottom of the staircase. It's really dark. You can see that there are torches on the wall, but it is really dark down here.
Okay.
But what you can see, from what little you can see, there are, you can see that there are statues along the sides of the walls. You can see the bottom of them.
Okay. So I can see that there are like things to light on fire, right? To see
Mhm.
torches, right?
Yep.
All right. He's gonna light at least like one of the torches so he can see a little bit better.
And I guess given how dark it is, Aaron's gonna draw his sword and mutter to himself, Oh, Lady of Flame, grant me vision in this darkness. And his sword kind of like
Lights up a bit.
glows with yeah.
Sahara bringing out his tinderbox and just lighting up the torch on the side. You can take it if you want. It's not like
It's not fixed.
nope, it's not fixed. You can take it.
Okay, so he will take it so he can like have a source of light while he's walking.
You take the torch. Aaron, with your light and glowing, the combined light is enough in order to illuminate the darkness in this part of the temple, and you're able to see the heads and faces of the statues that are leading towards a small little circular like pedestal. Like it's not that; it's more like a circular step up. That's a ring. But like as you go along with the statues, there are faces of many humans, elves, dwarves, that sort of thing, in very valor-like poses with bows and like very heroic stature. But then there's ones that are of lycanthropes. There are lizard folk. There are lions. There are bears. Like as you go along, just all these statues of multiple different what seems like heroic figures, and each and every one has a plaque beneath them naming each and every one.
Looking at the plaques, would like the names give away anything?
Mm.
Or
You're able to look at one of the plaques. This one says Talazor, dwarf, and below that it says champion of the 7th generation.
Oh, okay. So he's gonna look at another one just to see if his theory is correct on something.
Another one,
If it
a female human, saying Susan Bullbringer, human, champion of the 3rd generation.
Okay, he's gonna put 2 and 2 together after thinking about it, and he'll mutter to himself, being like, "These are all the champions from past generations." Like, still not sure that that's what it is, but he's assuming that this is what it is, since he's seen 2 of them, and they both have different generations on them.
Just to ask a quick question, does anybody read all the plaques? Like, is anybody going through all of the statues and, like, reading them all?
Yeah, I'd say Aaron's pretty, like, interested in history from his upbringing. It's one of his proficiencies, so he'd be looking, I think, at, like,
Fair
all
enough.
the plaques and
Just
trying to piece it together.
anybody who's reading all of the plaques, I need you to roll an investigation. A lot of investigation rolls in this session.
A solid 8 on that one.
8? All right.
That's good. 16.
16, okay. Sahara, are you reading all the plaques, or are you just